What's up, motherfuckers? Today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about something a little bit different today. Something other than music, because obviously I have got other interests as well. Today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about some of my favorite films and some recent watches that I have had as well. I don't think I'm gonna be going too deep into the story and all that. I think I'm just gonna be sharing my thoughts on them and mainly just how enjoyable I find each film. So yeah. The first film that I'm going to be covering is a film called House, which came out in 1977. This is one of those things where people have very polarizing opinions on it. It's either you hate it or you love it. I personally love it, but I do understand how some people may find it boring or they just may hate it. I guess, but it's because this movie makes no fucking sense, man. But me personally, that's kind of what I like about it. I like the fact that it makes no sense, because this entire movie is literally just a mindfuck, you know? This film is a horror, but some parts of it felt very whimsical and comedic almost, if I can say that. But everything, man, just like everything about the film, from the aesthetics to the visuals, I really enjoyed. And yeah, so I might touch into the story a little bit. The story is about a group of schoolgirls who took a trip to their auntie's house, and yeah, I mean, like, that's pretty much where the story ends, because what follows is literally just a pure acid trip, man. Like, it does not make sense at all. But again, as I said, like, that's kind of what I like about it. It really just shows the potential and what cinema can do, and I just find that this film is a wonderful showing of what stunning visuals and everything can really do. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I just really like the film. You guys should probably just check it out if you want.
One time for the beat.
I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with the name Wong Kar-wai. His cinematography work is very, very, very recognizable. Credits to Christopher Doyle. And I'm pretty sure the whole Wong Kar-wai aesthetic went kind of popular on TikTok as well. And I'm gonna sound like a broken record throughout this video, but I really enjoyed the amazing visuals in this film. And the film in particular that I'm going to be talking about is my favorite film of his, which is Chungking Express. Chungking Express is a very confusing watch at first, and the more I watch it, it does not get less confusing, but I just enjoyed it more after every watch. So this film follows a very similar concept to the film Pulp Fiction by Quentin Tarantino, where we watch more than one story unfold, but they're also like kind of connected and everything. The first half of the movie is about a detective, which he just experienced a breakup, and he's like finding love and everything. And I'm telling you, this motherfucker goes 0 for 0, miss after miss, absolutely zero fucking motion detected. You gotta feel bad for the guy, but we move. And he's just like calling girls and everything. He's trying to find love and fails at it. But then he finds this drug smuggler, like this girl with a blonde wig, and he kind of finds like a liking to her and everything. And yeah, we just see a couple of shots and scenes of them together, and I think she like sent him a birthday message or whatever, and I think that was like enough for him, I guess. Yeah. The second half of the movie is about a similar experience, a guy with a similar experience, a guy who just experienced a breakup, a cop, but it's kind of like a different approach, because yeah, I'm telling you, the first guy, he failed and everything. The second guy, he's just kind of more chill about it, he's kind of more stoic about it. But yeah, very similarly, a woman enters her life and kind of like saves him, I guess, like kind of like brightens the mood and everything like that, if you could call it that. Yeah, but this film is very fun. I really, really enjoyed the visuals, the cinematography work, the script, the dialogue was also very romantic. And yeah, this film, I'm pretty sure this film has like a deeper meaning behind it, something that I'm kind of missing, or I'm just like kind of neglecting. But yeah, this film, after watching a couple of reviews, video essays, and just watching the film more, this film definitely has patterns and just like themes of time, and it really just shows, like, with the images of calendars, expiration dates, and clocks and everything, it really shows that time plays a big part in this film, and how love is found within this dimension as well. I really like this film. This film deconstructs the cycle of love, and it just packages all of that into a wonderful showing and a masterful movie, and just like aura farming in 90s neon lights Hong Kong, and I really like that. So the next film I'm going to be talking about is a film that I get made fun of a lot for liking, but who gives a fuck. This film is called Her, directed by Spike Jonze. I really like the world in the movie Her. It's set in the future. It takes place in the future, but it's not like a very unrealistic or crazy future with like flying cars and fucking sex robots and flying sex robots or anything like that. It's just kind of like there's definitely advances in technology and everything, but it's nothing too crazy, you know. I really like that about it. And so the story follows Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Theodore, I think he's called, and he falls in love with his AI assistant. So Theodore previously experienced a divorce, and he's just kind of lonely and down in the dumps about all that, and he just doesn't have anyone to talk to, or he just doesn't have anyone in his life. You see in the film as well, he's a very reserved and lonely person. And then, you know, they introduce Samantha, which is the AI assistant played by Scarlett Johansson, and we just see Theodore kind of taking a liking and getting a little bit more attached and feeling a connection with his AI assistant, you know. And I think that at first it's definitely like funny. It's a funny premise. It's like something that's like, you know, that's kind of weird. But yeah, they also mention it in the film of like how weird it is for Theodore to fall in love essentially with an AI assistant. You know, it's just not very common as well in the world of this film. But I personally think that they tackle this like approach very nicely. Like, they didn't make it awkward, they didn't make it weird, they didn't force it, they just did enough, I think. And I really liked everything about the connection and the chemistry between Scarlett Johansson's character Samantha and Joaquin Phoenix's character Theodore. I just really find their chemistry and their connection and almost like the intimacy between the two characters very real and very personal, and I really like that about it. I just think that I also want to mention that Scarlett Johansson's performance, by just lending her voice, like there's so much emotion in her character, even though it's just an AI and also it's just her voice. But I think that she also does a very good approach into the character and a very good performance as Samantha, the AI assistant. There's not really much I want to talk about this film. It's just a very good film, and I think you guys have to watch it to really understand, if I could say that, really understand the meaning or like the idea behind Her. And I just think that it's a very beautiful, very intimate film, and yeah, I definitely recommend it to people. This film is a very emotional watch as well. I'm not really a crier during films. I didn't cry during this one, but yeah, it definitely hurt a little bit, you know. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I just really enjoyed this film, and I think you guys should check it out. So yeah. So the next movie was recommended to me by a friend of mine, and I didn't get around to watching it until like a couple of years later. I want to say like 2 years later, and I just watched it. This movie is called Sound of Metal, and it stars Riz Ahmed. So the story behind, or the story of this movie, is this drummer, this metal drummer who's in a band with his girlfriend, and you know, he's performing shows. You know, it's his mundane, it's his routine, and it's essentially his dream. You know, as a musician myself and someone that's really into music, I relate to this character where you put so much into your dream and pursuing a career that you love, and overnight he loses his hearing. And obviously this change, as someone who's into music, into metal, who's a performer himself, this change is definitely something that affects him heavily, right? And behind that, you know, aside from affecting a musician, it affects him as a human as well, having to go through a change overnight without expecting it. You know, it didn't come slowly, just overnight you have to deal with this change where you lost one of your senses. It's not something that's easy to deal with. It's not something easy to accept. So this film is so beautiful, where it goes through his journey and change, his journey in accepting life as he is now, with losing his hearing, and accepting the fact that he might have to give up on his dream, and just everything about the movie I just really, really, really enjoyed, and I don't think a lot of people have heard of it or heard about it enough. And I don't think a lot of people. I just don't think it gets the exposure and the praises it deserves, because I think it really deserves so much more love and exposure. So yeah, just how this character is so vulnerable and has to deal with grief, like the grief of losing something that's so special essentially to you as a musician, and obviously as a human as well. It deals and it tackles the issue so perfectly, in my opinion, executes it very perfectly. And I think you guys really just should watch the film, because I think it's something that everyone has to watch at least once in their life, especially if you are into music, especially if you are into metal. And I think me personally, as someone who likes music, as someone who wants to create music, yeah, this movie definitely relates, and it very very resonates with me as well. So yeah, Sound of Metal. Okay, so now we got something that's a little bit different. We got Perfect Blue by Satoshi Kon, and I say different because this film is an anime, and I think that's gonna be like a turn off for some of you guys. But I really, I don't think it should, because Satoshi Kon is a very, very good director, very underrated in my opinion. And you can also see some of his influence in modern cinema, movies such as Inception, Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream. Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about Perfect Blue, and Perfect Blue is a psychological horror where we see our main character, who is a idol, where she decides to pursue a different career and jumps into cinema. She wants to become an actress, and we see the stalker fan who essentially disagrees with this career change because he thinks that she's not supposed to become an actor, and this is not who she really is. And we see some very bad turn of events where the stalker fan is essentially ruining her life, and it takes effect on her and how she perceives herself, and if she had done the right choice or the wrong choice and everything like that. And essentially this film is about identity. On a deeper level, in my opinion, I think it's about identity. It's about that line, that line where the you that you show to other people and the you that other people may perceive you as is different from the you that and the you that you show to yourself. And I think it does a very good job of that. It does a very good job of tackling issues where how other people may perceive you and how other people may see you can affect you on a deeper level. I think it's a very good film. Even though it's an anime, it's also scary on some parts. It has a very good plot twist. I don't know if it's a plot twist or not, because I'm still kind of confused about the film. But again, like my point with House, I really like the confusion in films and how people may perceive it different ways. And yeah, I really like this film. Even though it's an anime, I still think you guys should check it out because it's very good, with a very good story to tell. And yeah, so yeah, that's Perfect Blue. So we got another film that was recommended to me by a friend, and I actually just watched this recently, like 3 days ago or something like that. This movie is called Live Relief, and it's based off a manga with the same name, Live Relief. So this movie it fucks with you, man. Honestly, I found it pretty confusing because I've never read the manga. I just watched the film, and I found it I don't know, I just found a lot of the parts of the film unnecessary, and I don't really understand it that well, but I still really, really enjoyed it. I really liked the film, everything about it. The gore was cool. So yeah, this film is about this schoolgirl who is bullied, harsh, terrible bullying, crazy level, D1 haters type shit, just why, but yeah, she was bullied very tough in high school. They were right on her table to go fucking kill yourself and everything. It's relax, Jesus. But yeah, some crazy stuff, right? And yeah, but she's chill, she hates school. So her family decides to take it up to the teacher, and the teacher's not doing shit about it. So the family decided, you're graduating soon, just don't go to school, just stay here with us. And so she does that, right? Enters this guy, I think his name is Aiba. So this guy has a liking to her, this guy likes her and takes her out on a date. While they're out on a date, guess what the bullies did? Crazy stuff. Like, why would you do this? They burned down the house and they killed her fucking family. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, yeah, so she comes home, her fucking house is on fire, and her family dies, right? So then she's obviously distraught. And the bullies, some of them felt guilty, some of them were like, yeah, she deserves that. Just some crazy stuff. And we also kind of like delved into kind of like the mindset of each person, each bully, how some of them may feel guilty, some of them might blame others, some of them might feel no remorse. It's, you know, it's crazy. But yeah, so even after all of that crazy stuff that happened, she just kind of took it, you know. At first, she just kind of took it. She was just kind of quiet. She started going to school again, which is like, why? You know, you're bullied. You didn't have to go to school anymore. Her fucking parents died. Her sister died. You know, her entire family died. So it's like, you would understand why she wouldn't go to school, but she showed up at school, you know. And the bullies decided to pick on her again, and she just had enough. She just fucking started killing all of the bullies one by one. There's like 7 or 8 bullies, and they all just fucking died. And it turns out, right, one of the bullies, the main girl, who was kind of like the group leader type shit, you know, yeah, she was actually best friends with her back then, before all the bullying happened, you know. And she confronted her essentially, because she kind of figured that she was probably gonna die and she was gonna be killed, like she's gonna be targeted as well. But no, they kind of like reconciled, they kind of like got along again. But yeah, she ends up not dying. But yeah, just a lot of death, a lot of gore. I really enjoyed it. It was very confusing. I like that. And yeah, I think one thing that I want to mention that I thought was unnecessary is that I understand how it's like a revenge story, like a Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino gore type film. And yeah, like she starts killing everyone. All right, understandable. Not really, but understandable. You know, everyone had to die, but like, did the teacher have to die though? Like, the teacher didn't do shit, man. Like, and to die the way she did, like, I just felt like they did it because they hate her character, man. Like, fucking bully. Like, there's no good ending for her. Like, she just fucking gets bullied, she gets humiliated, and, you know, she fucking gets run over. Oh my god, like, that did not have to happen. But yeah, I like this film, Live or Leave. It's definitely, I don't know, like, I know this video is about films that I like and like my favorites. I wouldn't say this is my favorite because I also just recently watched it, but yeah, I really liked it, and it was a cool watch. Yeah, you guys should check it out. Maybe, not really, I don't know. So the last film that I'm going to be talking about today is probably one of my favorite films of all time, which is Taxi Driver by Martin Scorsese. So Taxi Driver, I'm pretty sure it's a film that everyone's probably already familiar with. It follows Robert De Niro, who plays the character Travis Bickle, and he is you guessed it, taxi driver. So Taxi Driver isn't really a film where a lot of crazy things happen, you know. Even though, yeah, there are a couple of crazy things that happens, especially in the ending of the film. It really just follows Travis Bickle in his mundane life as a taxi driver, and a lot of the stuff that he has to deal with, a lot of the stuff he's going through, a lot of the loneliness he has to face, the troubles of, you know, love as well, where he likes a girl and he decides to take her to like a, I'm not gonna say here, but yeah, it's just his terrible life, you know, his life that's just going very not the way you'd like or he'd like. But yeah, everything from the score to the cinematography, the visuals, the dialogue, the acting, I really enjoyed this film. I don't really have a lot to say about it because I think it's like, you know, it's a very popular film. A lot of people has already said their opinions on it and everything about it. I really like this film. I really like the acting in it. I really like the main theme that they have with the saxophone. It's really cool, really nice jazz. And yeah, I just really like this film. The ending is, I would say, one of my favorite endings of all time in a movie, where he gets the fucking mohawk and he just starts killing, and god, that's just a really cool ending in my opinion. And so yeah, Taxi Driver, I think, is a movie that if you're into cinema, if you're into film, it's a film that you definitely have to watch at least once in your life. It's one of the great classics of cinema. It's one of the best films that Scorsese has made, aside from Goodfellas. But yeah, Taxi Driver is really cool, and I think you guys should check it out.
Oh my god, that's the funky shit!
So yeah, that's all the movies that I'm gonna be talking about today. Let me know what all five of you guys think about this new thing where I'm gonna be talking about stuff that's other than music. I'm planning on doing stuff that doesn't only revolve around music, and talking about my other interests as well. Maybe books. Maybe my iPad died, so yeah, fuck off.